Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the functional trainer alternating bicep curl, and we're going to be taking a supinated grip with this exercise today. This is an incredible exercise for your biceps and I highly recommend you guys do it. First thing you're going to want to do is set up your cables all the way down to the bottom. I'm just showing you guys how to move it, and then you want to make sure that you put your rotation arm somewhere between a 2 and a 4 depending how wide your torso is. And then you want to make sure that you choose the appropriate weight. Make sure you put the same weight on both sides, and then make sure that you start off light and you can do 20 repetitions comfortably. Once you do that, you want to make sure that the cables are right underneath your hands and that you're fully extending at the bottom and fully flexing at the top. So you basically just want to bring your hands up to your shoulder. And make sure that you keep your elbow as fixed as possible, meaning that you don't want to be basically curling up to your face. Just bring it up to the shoulder. But before we continue with more tips, here's a word from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase through one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
Let's work from the ground up. You basically want your feet a little bit inside shoulder width. That way you're not running into your legs while you're curling. And then you want to make sure that your hips are forward, that your glutes are tight, and that your abs are tight. The reason why this is important is because what I find in most people is they go way too heavy with curls, and they start having to arch their lower back excessively in order to get the weight up. And you can avoid doing that by just keeping your core tight and your glutes tight, and also lowering the weight. You want to make sure you're in control of the weight the whole time, and the weight's not basically just pulling you around the way it wants because you chose way too heavy. Also, make sure that your elbows stay nice and tucked, like towards your sides. You don't want your elbows flaring out to the side. That puts you in a very weak position for your biceps. So just make sure you do it nice and slow, and also make sure that you stand up nice and tall. So notice my chin is also nice and straight, so I'm not looking up, I'm not looking to the side, I'm looking directly forward. And the reason I do that is because I want to take away as much pressure as possible away from the neck. So if you start looking up, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it in the back of your neck. So imagine adding weight to it and making the exercise harder by doing that. You're working your biceps, you're not working your neck. And the next thing you want to do is make sure that you keep your elbows like nice and tucked, like I said, but you're curling to the shoulder. So you don't want to be curling outside of the shoulder. Like, meaning if you were to look at yourself in the mirror, you don't want your hand to come on the outside of your shoulder. That's very bad for your shoulders. And even if you just do it now, if you're standing or sitting, just imagine that and do it, and then you'll see you're gonna feel a pull in your shoulder. But we're not training shoulders, we're training biceps. So everything we had to do should be optimized for training your biceps. That way you get the most out of the exercise because you're doing it. Next thing I want you guys to think about is making sure that you're curling up in a nice, slow and controlled fashion. Don't use momentum. Don't use anything but your biceps, or at least try to really aim for that. And make sure also that you go all the way down. Now here's some common mistakes that I want you guys to avoid: using momentum and rotating as you're curling. This is not an effective way to do a bicep curl, so try to avoid this. Another common mistake is half reps. So we don't want to be doing half reps at the bottom of the range or half reps at the top. So just go all the way up and all the way down. Get the most out of this exercise while making sure that your elbows stay nice and fixed at your sides as much as possible without coming forward. So this is what I mean by coming forward. You don't want to be curling up with your elbows driving up. So basically curl to the shoulder, not to the back of the head. Avoid this because you're not going to benefit from it as much as you think. And then also, like I said, you don't want to be arching your back excessively when you do this. Stand up nice and tall and control it.